Hello everyone. I have just spontaneously decided to quickly hop on live and tell you a bit about how I use essential oils for family and winter wellness. And the essential oils I'm talking about, they're part of the Home Essentials kit. So doTerra do enrollment kits, and the Home Essentials kit has, where are we going there? Has got the 10 most popular essential oils in it. So it could pretty much replace your home pharmacy or lots of things in your home pharmacy. So I'm going to start with one I'm using all the time. That's the On Guard oil. Looks a bit blurry. So doTerra 2 products, neat and diluted. So the On Guard oil comes as a doTerra Touch roller bottle. So these bottles are already diluted with fractionated coconut oil, and they are ready to roll on. And where I roll them on is on the inside of the wrist, behind my ears, over the tummy, under the soles of the feet. So these roller bottles are great to pop in a handbag. I'll show you my little pouch right here for pouches. And so I've got a little clutch case like this where I carry my oils around my handbag. And this one is the one I take to my yoga. So there's lots for essential oils there. So the On Guard is the immune protection blend, and it's got wild orange oil, clove oil, cinnamon leaf, cinnamon bark, eucalyptus, and rosemary in it. And they have actually done some research at the University of Kentucky with this oil. They have tried to grow some pathogenic bacteria. I'm pretty sure it was flu bacteria from last year. And they hadn't been able to grow those bacteria in this essential oil. So it's a really beautiful plant to support your immunity. And you can, so this is the neat oil in a dropper bottle. The dropper bottles just have an attachment like that. So it means neat oil means it's undiluted. And I use the undiluted oil in a diffuser. I just have my office diffuser here. Here you go. So with a diffuser, I might just turn it off so you can see. So there is some space to put water in. So I fill it up to that red dot that you can see there. And then I drop usually up to 6 drops of essential oil in. And then you have got different settings. So you've got 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours. And you have got the option of turning the light on and off. So it's a beautiful night light thing too. And it's cold steam, so it's not hot. So it's really safe for children too. It's ultrasonic technology, so it doesn't damage the oils with the heat. With your old oil burners, it can damage the essential oils with the heat, so you don't have the whole therapeutic qualities of the essential oil. So I use the On Guard 6 drops in my diffuser if we have bugs going around, if I feel like I need a bit of protection when people sneeze and cough. It's also beautiful, energetic essential oil together with the tea tree oil, with the Melaleuca. Tea tree Melaleuca oil is the same. And the On Guard blend, those two together are really beautiful, energetic protection blend. So you can pop 10 drops each in an empty 10 milliliter roller bottle. So I just buy those empty roller bottles, and you pop the roller out, and you can just drop your essential oils in there and top it with a carrier oil, and then it's ready to roll on. So you should always use essential oils diluted. They're actually better absorbed by the skin when they are diluted. And you keep yourself safe from having oversensitivities to the essential oils. So if you use them undiluted over long periods of time, you can develop sensitivities. There are lots of different empty essential oil roller bottles. So this one is a 5 ml one. This one is a 10 ml one. And this one is a little bamboo roller. They look quite sweet. It's a 5 milliliter one. So it's preferable for essential oils. This one is a clear one, but it's frosted. So it's preferred to use amber roller bottles. So essential oils are light sensitive and heat sensitive. So you want to keep them cool and away from direct sunlight. So the amber bottles are usually better. So coming back to the On Guard. So you can use the roller bottles on the skin. So if your kids or you starting to feel a bit off, or just have swollen glands, or just feel a bit low in energy, you can just roll this under the soles of the feet, or put the neat oil in a diffuser. You can also use it in a bath or in steam baths. I also use them internally occasionally, so the internal use of essential oils it's quite big discussions around that. But the thing is, it's not very well researched, so I don't usually drop essential oils in my water and then drink it or anything like that. So the only way I use them internally is in empty veggie caps. So you can get them from doTerra from the US warehouse. So if we have a New Zealand wholesale account, we can order from the US and also from New Zealand. But you can get them also in health shops. In Hawke's Bay here we have got cornucopia or Chantal, so they're just like those empty supplement capsules, and you can just open them and then drop your essential oil in there, close it. You can also top it up with a bit of carrier oil, olive oil or coconut oil, and then swallow it immediately, because the capsule is gonna dissolve fairly quickly. So you can't pre-make them and then use them. You make them right before you swallow them. So for example, I had a tummy bug once, really bad tummy cramps after I've eaten something, and I used the Digestin and the On Guard. What am I doing? I'm swirling the wrong bottles because it's all mirrored. So Digestin and On Guard, and I just used 1 drop each in one of these empty veggie capsules. So 1 drop each in an empty veggie capsule, and I swallowed that. And my tummy troubles were gone within a few hours. So they are very efficient. Lots of people say, but they are so expensive, but you don't actually need much. And these are the purest essential oils in the world. So you can't get any oil that's more potent and pure than the doTerra essential oils. So they are very conscious about their sourcing too. They are really sound with their ethical sourcing, especially in third world countries. I could do a whole separate Facebook Live about that. They're also really aware of how they grow the plants, and that the soils have to be nutrient dense to have nutrient dense plants, and then they're really conscious about the extraction methods, etc. So really powerful, beautiful essential oils. Now, frankincense is also in Home Essentials kit. Frankincense is the king of oils. Again, I've got the neat oil undiluted and the roller bottle, which you can apply straight onto the skin. So the frankincense, they say if you're on top, use frankincense. So that's a really beautiful oil with affinities to the skin. So if you have got skin imperfections, you can use it. You can use it around your eyes for fine lines. You can use it on scars. I use it for meditation too. It's the oil of truth energetically. So it's a really beautiful oil to use in yoga practice and meditation practice. So really powerful oil. It's also linked to cell renewal. So it's a really beautiful oil to support your general health. So when I make myself quite a lot of personalized roller blends in my roller bottles. And I almost always add a few drops of frankincense to my blends, just because it's such a general supportive oil for the body. The Easy Ear. Sometimes it's called Breathe Easy. So sometimes they have got different names in the different countries. I think in America it's called Breathe Easy. In Germany it's slightly different. So I've got an easy air version here. They've got all the same things in them. So the easy air has got laurel in it, eucalyptus, peppermint, tea tree, lemon, cardamom, ravensara, and ravensara leaf. And that's an oil, or that's their oil for respiratory problems. So it's really beautiful for people who have asthma or seasonal difficulties with breathing when the pollen is out. I use this for chest rubs for my children and myself, and when we have got coughs and just respiratory difficulties. So I just pop a couple of drops in my hand and then squirt a bit of fractionated coconut oil on top. So doTerra use fractionated coconut oil, which is one version of carrier oil, but you can use also almond oil or macadamia oil or olive oil, whatever, coconut oil, whatever you prefer. So I just mix 1 to 2 drops and then rub it on the chest, front, back. You can also pop it under the soles of the feet. It's beautiful in the diffuser. So you can leave the diffuser by the bedside overnight to just make the breathing easy. I also use this in steam baths. When I was a child, my mom used to do steam baths with hot water towel over the head. And for the steam baths, I use the On Guard and the Breathe Easy, so a few drops of each in steam baths. And they also have a little roller. I didn't bring that in, but they have got a stick with the easy air oil that you can rub straight on the chest. So it's like big vapor rubs, but just better with essential oil. So you can just rub it on your kid's chest. But this one is pretty much the same, and you can just use it with a carrier oil. I just grabbed the throat drops to put them down here. So they also do those throat drops. The On Guard oil is in the throat drops, and then they've got the easy air. So the easy air is more when you have got stuffed sinuses or difficulty breathing, whereabouts this is more for the clear throat and protection. So again, they have, that's just sugar and essential oils, and you can just, they're like lollies, and just open them up. So I have them at home and in the studio. So they're like this, and then you can just eat them or suck them. So they have got the On Guard and the easy air versions of this. And there's no crap in there, just sugar and essential oils, so nothing dodgy. So I have these always on hand when we are in winter and we have our coughs and sneezes, etc. So another oil in a home essentials kit is Digestin. It's a really beautiful digestive blend. It's got anise, peppermint, ginger, caraway, coriander, tarragon, and fennel. So all the herbs that help with digestion. And I use this as tummy rubs for my children. So again, I just pop 1 to 2 drops in my hand, squirt a bit of carrier oil on, and rub it on their tummies. But the easy air and the Digestin, they both also come in those roller bottles already diluted. So if you prefer the ready-made ones, you can order the roller bottles and roll it straight on. So I use the Digestin for tummy rubs, and you can also use it internally. Some people drop it in water. As I said, I'm not a big fan of that method because water and oil doesn't mix. And I've heard of cases where people actually get burnt throats by having the essential oil going repetitively down the throat. So you may be at risk of that. I know lots of people who drop the essential oil in water and swallow it quite happily and have done so for many years and never had any problems. But I prefer to use the veggie caps to bypass the throat, and then the oil goes straight where it needs to go to work. So really beautiful. My daughter uses it in this all the time when we have tummy upsets and just feeling a bit bloated or having tummy cramps. So really nice for that. Peppermint oil is one oil that I didn't really like to begin with, but I've come to love. So I use peppermint and lavender together, just 1 drop each with a bit of carrier oil, just on the back of my neck for headaches. Also really nice around the temples and on the forehead, but you want to be really mindful not to get the peppermint in your eyes. It's really spicy in the eyes. So peppermint and lavender, and also the frankincense. It's a really good combination for headaches, and they are all in the Home Essentials kit. So peppermint, frankincense, and lavender, and you can make yourself a roller bottle up to. So I would possibly drop 10 drops each of the frankincense, lavender, and peppermint in a roller bottle if you have got regular headaches. So it just takes the edge off. And I've had students who said their headache was completely gone after having that. Peppermint is also really beautiful when you have got restrictions in your sinuses with your breathing. So it just really clears the airways out. So you can just have a drop in your hand and just inhale it. Or in a diffuser, really beautiful with a lemon together, for example, or the lavender. And the peppermint and the lemon and tea tree, they are all in the Home Essentials kit. They are really beautiful cleaning oils too. Peppermint, lavender, and tea tree. And then there is the oregano oil, which is a really super spicy oil. So you want to be really mindful with oregano. It's a natural antibiotic. And I don't really use this a whole lot because it's such a potent oil. I use it in my flu bomb in the veggie cap. So there's a thing they call flu bomb. And I have taken this, I think, about 3 times so far. And I tell you the recipe here. So I have one of those veggie capsules. And I pop in that veggie capsule 4 drops of lemon essential oil, 2 drops each of frankincense, oregano, the on guard plant, and the tea tree oil. So I repeat, 4 drops of lemon, 2 drops frankincense, oregano, on guard, and tea tree oil, all in that little veggie capsule, and then you close it up and swallow. So I take this when I start feeling dodgy. I had a really bad sinus infection last year, which I couldn't get rid of with any of my homeopathic herbals, really high dose vitamin C, etc. Nothing knocked it. So I took 3 of those capsules for 2 days, and that completely knocked it on the head. So there was an immediate change noticeable after I swallowed the first cap. And just recently, I felt a bit under the weather. And I just took 1 capsule. So in the morning, I felt like I had swollen glands, really low in energy, and just felt dodgy. So I took 1 of those caps with the flu bomb in it. And by the evening, I was feeling completely normal. So if I have the choice between getting really crook or potentially ending up having to take an antibiotic, I prefer Mother Nature's gifts. You don't want to take flu bombs or those essential oils full stop long term, so I only ever use them internally, very short term and for very specific uses like the digestion and the on guard when I had that tummy bug or food poisoning or whatever it was. And the flu bomb I've taken a few times, and I've heard from so many people who had real good success with a flu bomb taken internally. You can also make flu bomb roller to apply externally. So for children, I would not use essential oils internally at all. They're just too potent. And I find for kids, I have got 2 kids that are aged 8 and 11. So the external usage is usually really sufficient for them. So I just tell you the recipe to make a flu bomb that you can apply externally. So for adults, it is 20 drops of On Guard, 20 drops lemon, 10 drops frankincense, 10 drops oregano, and 5 drops tea tree in a 10 milliliter bottle. And top it with fractionated coconut oil or any carrier oil that you have on hand. And then you can apply it regularly under the soles of your feet, along the bloodline on the inside of the wrist, inside of elbow creases behind your ears, and you always want to check first, make a skin patch test on your skin to see that they are not too potent for you. You might want to dilute higher. For kids, I would have that recipe. So for kids, I would do in a 10 milliliter roller bottle, 10 drops on guard, 10 drops lemon, 5 drops frankincense, 5 drops oregano, and 2 drops melaleuca. For babies, you really need only one drop in a 10 milliliter bottle. So I would be super cautious using essential oils on babies. You can use them, but very sparingly. So it needs to be a super high dilution for babies. But my children have never had any problems with the essential oils. So I'm just really mindful that I make a different dilution for children than for adults. Those doTerra roller bottles I use for my children, although we don't really exactly know how many drops there are in there, because for trademark purposes they don't give their recipes away. But my children seem to be tolerant for the dilution. But you can make your own roller bottles if you want to be absolutely sure. So that's how I use the flu bombs, with the combination of those oils, and all those oils are in the Home Essentials kit. Then we have got lavender. Lavender is a really beautiful calming oil. One of the first things I learned when I started my essential oil journey is that lavender oil is great for burns. So if you burn yourself in the kitchen on the pan, which I do quite regularly, you just pop 1 drop of essential oil directly on the burn and it won't even come out. So it's really beautiful for burns to use. So you can use the diluted one too. Again, I have got the roller bottle, which is already diluted, or the neat oil. So I prefer to use neat oils, the undiluted ones, and the diffuser and the roller bottles I really use for only application to the skin. So lavender oil is really calming oil. So if you are often stressed during the day or you have got really hyper kids, it's a really beautiful calming oil. It's also a beautiful oil for emotional healing for the heart. I can't have lavender at night. So lots of people use lavender on their pillow or in their diffusers at night. It doesn't work for me. So some people feel invigorated by lavender at night. So I've got a special sleep blend for myself that I mixed myself up. And I can't use lavender in that. So just as a word of caution, if you're using lavender and it doesn't really work for you, it might just be that lavender is not the right choice. There's an oil called vetiver. And vetiver, they also call liquid sleep. So that's a really beautiful calming sleep oil. And then there's one last oil. It's not really related to winter wellness, but it's in the Home Essentials kit too. It's called ice blue oil. I don't know why my screen is so blurry. I'm not very experienced doing online sessions. So the ice blue oil, it's got a cap on, because a kid safe cap, because there's wintergreen in there, and wintergreen can be poisonous to children or animals. So you don't want to, you want to always keep essential oil safe from children anyway. But this one has got the wintergreen in it, and wintergreen is poisonous to children and animals. But I use this oil all the time. So this is a muscle wrap. It's also beautiful for period pain. So if you've got cramping, I use this on my knee a lot. I had a Baker's cyst in my knee, so I had a lot of pain in my knee. So I just used a few drops on that, diluted with carrier oil, and rubbed it on my knee. You can also use it for tense necks and for headaches. So it's a really beautiful muscle wrap to loosen up or to help with sprains and strains, things like that. So that's the ice blue oil. The other thing I do for my winter wellness, so at winter time, I always up my supplements, and I've just ordered these supplements from doTerra. So there is an omega-3 blend, which is made out of fish oils and essential oils. And that's really beautiful. I've got a bit of eczema on my hands, so I find the fish oils and the essential oils are really helpful for that. And then they have got a food nutrient complex and a cellular energy complex. So I take these every day and I find them really helpful to just boost my system. I've done quite a lot of research over the years since I had my children on nutrition, and what I'm hearing from lots of people is that we usually don't get enough nutrients into our bodies for our food because our soils are not nutrient dense enough. Usually it takes a long time for the food to come to our plates. So most people need to supplement to have all the nutrients in their body that they need to stay healthy long term. Another thing I use in winter wellness quite a bit is BioCold, which is a probiotic that I buy online. So it's not a doTerra product. doTerra, they also have got a probiotic which is available only from the US warehouse. So I haven't actually bought that yet because I still got some in here. But apparently it's really good, the doTerra one. It's got a capsule in a capsule. So there's some concern that the probiotic capsules, so this one is just a powder in a capsule. And there's some concern that the stomach acids actually destroy the probiotics before they arrive in our stomach. So the doTerra probiotic that they sell from the US is micro encapsuled. So it's a capsule in a capsule, so it actually can arrive in our gut. So if you're tempted to try that, there is a probiotic supplement from the US warehouse. So I use probiotics to boost my immunity too, because gut is really linked to our overall health, and most adults have had courses of antibiotics over their lifetime. So our microbiome for most people has been compromised in one way or another. I also use lipospheric vitamin C if I'm really down. So it's a really high dose vitamin C which is readily absorbed by the body. I just got this from our local health shop. So it's a really high dose and really well absorbed vitamin C. It's called liposomal vitamin C, this one. I thought some call it lipospheric vitamin C. So it's a special technology how they get that into your body. So if I'm really bad, I use this too. And I think that's about it. Winter wellness. There you go. So if you've got any questions, just let me know. That was just a real spontaneous quickie. And if you're interested to purchase the oils, they do have enrollment kits and the Home Essentials kit. So that comes with a diffuser and with a 10, where am I going there? The 10 most popular oils that I just talked about. So you can use lots of those for your winter wellness. And that's 365 New Zealand dollars. And this month I've got a special on, so you will always receive. I just grabbed the book. So anybody who opens their account with me gets a Modern Essentials book. So that's the Essential Oil Bible. And it's really beautiful. It's got each essential oil described in the front. It's also got all the doTerra essential oil plants and what they can be used for. And in the back, it's got a section of what diseases you can use what essential oils for. And right in the back, there are recipes that you can make for yourself. You will also be part of a beautiful community led by Elena Brower, who's a yoga teacher based in New York. So you will receive all the education with it as to how you can use those oils best in your household. So you won't just buy the oils and have them getting dusty in your cupboard. I would be looking after you locally here, so you could ask me always questions as to if you have certain diseases or certain health goals that you want to achieve. We can figure out which products would be best for your health. So that's it from me. So just give me a ring or contact me on my website, heartspace.nz, or I'm on Facebook and Instagram too. So don't be afraid to ask questions. I'm here to help, and I really love talking about the old. So enjoy your evening, and wishing you well. Keep warm and keep healthy in this change of season. Bye.